Okay, so now let's take a look at that solo. What we're going to be doing is we're going to go to the 9th fret of the 2nd string with our ring finger. We're going to put the other 2 fingers on that same string, on the 7 and the 8, to help stabilize it and strengthen that bend as we bend it up. So we're going to bend that up only a half step. So this 9 is going to sound like this 10. So I'm going to bend that up 3 times. Okay, half steps. Okay, and then we're going to do this. We're going to bend it up a 4th time, but then we're going to come back down and do a pull off to the 7th fret. And that's kind of a tough lick if you've never really done pull offs before. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to go down to the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, so now I've got this. Then I'm going to go back to the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and that's the end of that little lick right there. Okay, so putting those 2 pieces together. And then you're going to go, you've got this lick. So I'm doing a pull off from 9 to 7, and then to 9 on the 4th string. So putting that whole thing together now, I've got this for the beginning of my solo. Okay. Then I'm going to do a crossover or a ring cross. A lot of people call this or finger cross. A lot of people call this different things, but what I'm going to do is play 9 and then 9 again. 9 on the 3rd string, 9 on the 2nd string with my ring finger. So I'm crossing over strings there. So I came off this. Here we go. And then. Okay, then I'm going to end this little thing with that hammer on from 7 to 8 on the 3rd string with my 1st and 2nd fingers. And then 9, 9, 9. Okay, so let me play that whole little sequence for you. So remember, stop this video and watch it as much as you need to get each one of those licks. So in my head, I would break down my 3 bends, my 4th bend with this lick, and then this lick, and then the double notes there, the crossover, and then, see there's a lot of that 9th fret of the 4th string because it's the root, it's the beat. Okay, then they move to kind of a major lick here where we're going to come over here and go. So what's happening there is I'm going to put myself in the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th fret position with those 4 fingers. I'm going to slide into the 11th fret of the 5th string. It doesn't matter where I'm sliding from, I'm just coming up there. And then I'm going to play the 9th fret of the 4th string twice. And then I'm going to go to my pinky on the 12th fret and do a pull off back to that 9th fret. So I have 11, 9, 9, 12, pull off to 9. Then I'm going to go back to the 11. So it's like that lick that we did there. And then I'm going to go back to that 9 again twice. So it sounds like this. Okay. And then the last part of that little lick is going to go. So there you're going 11, 9 again, 12 again. Then you're going to do a pull off from 11 to 9 this time. Back to the 11, back to the 9. Okay, so again, 4 fingers for 4 frets. The first part of this lick is. Okay, again. Second part of that lick. So there I've got 12 and then pull off 11 to 9. Okay, so whole solo up to this point. Sorry. This is really fun. So then we got. Okay. Now we're on to the second half of the solo. We're going to go back up to that 9th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to bend that up. Okay, so we're bending that up. I can't remember right now whether or not we bend that twice. Let me think about this. I think we just bend that twice. So we're bending that 9 up a half step, bending it again, doing a pull-off like we did before, but then we're going to go to the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to bend that up a whole step twice. Okay, now if you know how to do vibrato and stuff like that, you could certainly add that on as a tag after that bend. Okay, so we have 2 little half-step bends and 2 whole-step bends. Okay, then we're going to come over and do this lick. So right there, what I'm doing is I'm going from the 12th fret of the 2nd string to the 15th fret, and you'll notice again I'm using my 1st and pinky, and I'm doing a hammer-on pull-off. Then I'm going to go to the 13th fret with my middle finger on the 3rd string. Then I'm going to do a pull-off from 14 to 12 on the 12th, or on the 2nd string, excuse me. So we have... And then I'm going back to the 13, then back to the 12 again. So that whole thing looks like this. Okay? So a lot of combination of major and minor pentatonic, if you're familiar with that at all. That's exactly what's happening here. Okay? Then we go into the end of this first solo. We're going to bend the 17th fret of the 2nd string a whole step. So what happens is after we bend that, we're going to take our pinky, we're going to go to the 17th fret underneath that, leaving that bend up there. I'm going to pull off 1st string, 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string, 1st string. Okay, and then we're going to re-bend that 17 of the 2nd string, like that again, same thing. So we have... And then we're going to pluck that again. We're going to go 1st string, 2nd string, 1st string. So we're leaving one group off. So here's the whole thing. We have, and then we're going to take that bend that's already bent. We're going to bring it back down. And then 15th fret of the 2nd string, and then 17th fret of the 1st string. We're going to bend that up a whole step, and that's the end of the solo. Okay, so here's that little sequence again. Okay, so that is the whole solo. Hopefully that helps you. I know you had mentioned that you needed to play this in a band, so what I would suggest is as you continue learning how to play some things, maybe learn a bit more about the major and the minor pentatonic and learning how they craft together and that sort of thing. So just in case when you're playing, if you've memorized this whole solo and everything's going great, that's awesome, but sometimes if you forget a certain part or you're not exactly sure, you always have the knowledge of what key you're playing in and what scale you're using to back up on. So if you needed to kind of make up your own solo, you'd be fine there too. So I hope you have a great day. Make sure that you let me know if you have any other requests. You can click on the link, and I would be happy to help you with some songs that you're trying to learn how to play.